Welcome fight fans to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning Wednesday night's Australian heavyweight title fight here in Sydney, Australia between the champion Stevan Ivic and the challenger Toese Vousiutu. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Also, be sure to like this video and go down to the bottom of your screen right now, hit the bell notification button so you can be notified every time I put something out that's new. All right, guys, the longer you followed my channel, you would know that one of my goals is to highlight fighters from around the world, not just main event superstars like a lot of the larger YouTube content creators do. I'm a one-man show and I do my best. So this is one of those fights to where I don't expect you guys to know who these fighters are, but it can be one of these stories where after a few years you might see one of these guys again pop up on your screen internationally. So this is why I do what I do. This fight is featured on the Sam Goodman versus Toese Vousiutu card, which is going down tomorrow night in Sydney. So what I'm going to do in this video is break down both fighters. They don't have a long career. We're going to talk about how they go about their business. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of what they need to do to get the victory. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video because that's when I'm going to go over the Las Vegas odds and give you my prediction and tell you where to put your money. This is one of those fights on domestic soil that was supposed to happen already, guys. This was supposed to go down at the end of 2024, but the fight got scrapped. Stevan Ivic is the Australian champion at heavyweight. Vousiutu is the challenger. So since the fight got scrapped, they've been going back and forth on social media. It's interesting because when we get to the odds, it's not the champion who's the favorite. It's definitely the challenger, and that has something to do with the power. Before we continue, I'm going to show you a little bit from them this week. They're back and forth at their media day a couple days ago here in Sydney.
I know he wants to slug it out, but I'm going to make it more of a chess match.
He's going to jump on his bike and he's going to run.
Yeah, I'm going to run. I'm going to tire him out and I'm going to punch him in the face.
Brother, listen. You know, all I hear is Stevan's fit, brother. Fitness is not a problem now. Okay, so you can be as fit as you want. When you feel this, it's going to be different.
Vousiutu is expecting Ivic to run or get on his bike. If it was up to Vousiutu, Ivic would just stand there in the phone booth. All of his opponents would just stand there in the phone booth and trade blows. And if you've never seen Australian heavyweights fight, a lot of these fights, that's exactly what happens. It's why when they put these big cards on, no limits to promotion, they'll always chug in some heavyweights. You got rugby league down here, rugby union, you got AFL, you got some big boys, Kiwis, New Zealand, Samoa, Fiji. I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but some big genetically gifted savages who like to throw bombs. And the challenger is one of those guys. His knockout to win ratio suggests that as well. With his opponent, Stevan Ivic, he has a little bit more skills to the table. He's going to be the bigger guy. He goes about his work a little bit more, shall we say, classier. He likes working the jab. He likes moving. He likes working his opponent to see what his opponent's going to show him rather than just stay there and throw bombs. And in that little back and forth, this is exactly what you heard. You know, you would expect the challenger to want his opponent to just stand there and let him hit him. But it's called boxing and it's not called knockout. That, though, will be the narrative of this fight. Will Vousiutu be able to cut the ring off? Will he be able to have the cardio? This will be Vousiutu's first fight ever that has gone 10 rounds. Now, we know the champion Ivic has gone 10 before, so we'll give him that advantage, and he feels he's going to have the better cardio, so that's something to play in as well. And we've heard Ivic already say he's going to take not necessarily the first few rounds off, but he's not going to go attack mode early. He better be on his guard because the guy's going to come after him. When you look at the few fights that you could find on YouTube from Toese Vousiutu, he fights like a man possessed. He's not throwing setup jabs. He's not setting traps. Everything is with ill intent. Everything is to take your head off. And if one of those lands, you're going to sleep. So be aware of that, especially when you're looking to make your bets. Right now, I want to take a closer look at each fighter's career. Firstly, let's look at the challenger. Guys, Toese Vousiutu is 8-1 with 7 knockouts. He carries into the ring an 88% career knockout to win ratio. And out of 1,564 heavyweights in the world, he's ranked number 113 out of 69 in Australia. He's ranked number 6 He only has a career 9 pro fights with 28 pro rounds. The Aussie is a 34-year-old orthodox fighter standing at 6'1.5". He resides in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. We last saw him fight Kenny Nico 2-3, knockout in the 6th. Tutoru, majority decision in the 4th. Long, knockout in the 4th. Litueli, split decision loss in the 8th. Faso stopped him in the 2nd. Guys, we haven't seen him in over a year. Like I said, he was supposed to have this fight at the end of last year. It didn't happen, and he's not too active. He doesn't have a lot of fights, doesn't have a lot of rounds. What you could find from him online is that he throws bombs and that he's aggressive and that he'll talk to you in there. He's going to go after Ivic and want to get into his head early. He's already tried to do a little bit of that at the presser. Right now, before we look at Ivic's resume, let's look at what happened today at the weigh-ins. And so both guys were actually more cordial than I was expecting. I thought maybe a push, a slap, but maybe that's because I'm American. You know, you never know. Maybe an egg, a la Chris Eubanks Jr. and Conor Benn. But they were actually cordial. They were gentlemen. They were professional, and they were good sports. So maybe, do you guys see something in the weigh-in? Who are you leaning towards? I was actually impressed with Vousiutu's shape. From what I've seen in the past with his shirt off in his fights, I thought he was going to be a little bit more, I guess, out of shape. He looked pretty in good condition to me, as good could be, considering these are big boys about to throw bombs. Right now, let's take a closer look at the Aussie champion Stevan Ivic resume. Guys, Ivic is 6-0-1. He has 2 knockouts. He carries in the ring a 33% career knockout to win ratio. Out of 1,564 heavyweights in the world, he's ranked 149. Out of 69 in Australia, he's ranked number 8. He is the Australian heavyweight champion, and the 34-year-old is an orthodox fighter standing at 6'4". He resides in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. We last saw him fight John Maella, 6-1, UD in the 10th. Mataika, 4-1, split decision in the 5th. Linde, 4-1, that was a draw. Coco, 2-1, stopped him in the 2nd. So this will be his second 10-round fight. He earned the Australian championship, so he could call himself a heavyweight champ. He goes about his business a little bit more classier in terms of traditional boxing technique. He holds his game, his composure a little bit better than his opponent. He doesn't throw too many reckless bombs. He doesn't get out of position too often. So I think that's going to play in his favor regarding the total outcome of this fight. When I look at these guys side by side, you know, they only have a handful of fights. Ivic is listed as 3 inches taller. From what we saw at the weigh-ins, it doesn't look like 3 inches to me, maybe an inch and a half. I couldn't find the reach anywhere on the internet. I guess psychologically, because they were supposed to fight before, and Vousiutu hasn't fought in over a year, and Ivic is the champion, I'd have to give the psychological advantage to the champion. But then again, the challenger, he has that knockout power. He thinks that he's going to go in there and just touch the champion, and he's going to go out. And that's the X factor when you carry an 88% career knockout to win ratio as a heavyweight into this fight. So No Limit put this together not to go the distance. They want to see knockouts. They want to see bloodshed. That's why this fight is featured. Don't get it twisted. Right now, we're going to take a closer look at the Las Vegas odds and see where you guys are putting your money. All right, guys, currently it's allowing me to just do a money line bet. So if the method of victory opens up before tomorrow night, I'll put it in the community section on my channel. I will be attending these fights, so I'll be going live as well, so stay tuned to the channel. Now, the money line on this fight, the champion, this is the interesting bit, is 225, meaning you put 100 on Ivic, you get your money back plus 125. The draw 16-1. Toese Vousiutu is $1.72. So the money is on him. He's actually the favorite. $100 gets you your money back plus $72. So I had to reach out to my network in Sydney. I have some people that travel Australia. They go to all these fights. They go to all these gyms. They're related to some really highly connected people in the boxing space in Australia. So when there's one of these fights where I can't find a lot of tape, when there isn't a lot out there on the guys, I'll turn to my network. And I was told to tell you to take the champion. I'm not going to tell you who my source is, but I'll take credit if we win, and I'm also going to take credit if we lose. I'm predicting Stevan Ivic is going to be too much. He's going to outclass his opponent, and from everything that I've seen, he should be able to circle away from that power from his opponent and get out of there safely and keep his Australian heavyweight belt. Guys, in the comments section below, let me know what you think about this fight. Maybe you guys are Aussies and you know these guys a little bit more than me. Maybe you know them personally. Let me know who wins this fight. This is not an echo chamber. You don't have to agree with me. Also, if you didn't see my feature breakdown, analysis, and prediction on the main event tomorrow night between Sam Goodman and Cesar Vaca, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.